Hello everybody, we are back again. I'm gonna continue doing these creative vlogs of stuff that I be doing. Today I have to go drop off a package from my clothing brand. Somebody ordered something for me, so I'll take that to the post office. And then I have a shoot today. I have a meeting with Brooks Museum today as well. And my friend is coming into town, and I need to get some things organized because we have a shoot tomorrow, and that's gonna be really cool. So we're gonna do all these things today. Say hello to my baby Lily Apple. Hi. We have the same birthday, and that is actually coming up next month. So yeah, we got some things we gotta do, so let's go to. So I had to take my dog to the vet, and now I'm back doing my makeup for the shoot. That's what we're doing. Her name is Miss Reckoning. So that's what we're gonna do for today. I think it'd be super fun. So I'm gonna finish getting ready and then we can go to the shoot. So she dropped off the clothes. They're super cute. And I'm going to try these on and then we're gonna go to the shoot. And the chaoticness starts again, but I'm on the elevator. Outfit on. About to go to the shoot. And then so the shoot took place at a laundromat and it was very, very cute. So this is the outfit that she basically told me to wear for the first one. As you guys saw, I basically changed clothes at my apartment. That way we kind of like be on time and start because I had to go to that meeting at Brooks after and I wasn't sure how long it was going to be. But this is Carmen and this is the look number one. Her brand for this collection is very early 2000s, a lot of colors, a lot of prints. You have your textures and you also have your rhinestones. So this is like the close-up shot of some of the clothes that she does have, and then we kind of started shooting.
Just for YouTube? Mm-hmm. What's up, YouTube?
So we basically did a lot of shots over here. You can see the tights that are hanging out of the dryer. This is also for her brand. She screen printed all of the, well, I don't know if they're screen printed, but she printed everything that you see on those stockings. So it was also a shoot, not only just for the clothes, but the accessories being the stockings themselves. And y'all, we had a man haggling the hell out of us the whole entire time. And I didn't include it because I didn't want to do that. But then they put me in this dryer. And I thought it was so funny to see my face. But this is like what we were doing. We had a shot where we basically were just doing just my feet. So that way we can get a close-up on the stockings. So this was just a product shot and it was really cute. I love my face. But it was really, really fun. And we had some shots over here. And then we used this outfit for different spots in the laundromat. So this is another shot. You see Six setting up the camera. And so I was like, we should probably put the stockings like on the basket, which we did before we moved into the second look. But this was so fun. I had like a lot of fun. I'm happy that Carmen got me to do it. I'm happy that I met Six as well. But yeah, it was really cool to get back in that bag of modeling. I don't necessarily consider myself a model just because I don't take it super, super serious. But it's very fun to do. LOL. Baby, let me tell you something too about this shoot. They were taking very much good care of me. I just literally had to show up and be cute, and honestly, I love every shoot like that. I can take it, give a fuck about what your wife is saying. So the shoot went so well, so nice for Carmen for having me. And then the photographer was Six, he was really cool as well. So that was that. I am now about to go to a meeting that I have with Brooks Museum for an event that I'm having in March. Last year I had an event called Women Who Spin, and it basically showcased female DJs for Women's History Month, and we basically played in different parts of the museum. So we're doing part 2 of that this year. If y'all are seeing this is the first time me publicly saying there's going to be a part 2. So I'm really excited about that. And then after that, yeah, just working on things that I need to be working on so I can honestly have more output than input when it comes down to creativity and content and things. Actually thinking about getting off Instagram for the day. I'm honestly a little bit overwhelmed, not because of today, but just in general. I'm a tad bit sleepy. Just sleepy girl problems, I guess. But, you know, I think that one thing about me is that I have like a lot of time being honest, and I'm a very vulnerable person in the sense of like telling people like what I'm going through. But I think like my body is just really tired because I did a lot this year. And it's not for me like to complain and be like, oh my God, like I was everywhere, I was exhausted. No, I met beautiful people. I was in different spaces that I've, visited before as like a person in the audience. And then I got to DJ actually in those spaces. I didn't think I would even have the chance to do those things. But I'm very, very grateful. But the winter time, but when you talk about seasons, like the winter time for me is just, I go with the animals. I go hibernate. I'm not necessarily outside as I would be for like fall and not even fall, but summer and spring. And so I've been doing like a lot of internal, like just reflection about things and just kind of where I want to be at in life. And kind of how I really want 2026 to go. I'm a little nervous about 2026. People always talk about like the Saturn return, and that's what I'll be having. My birthday's in January, but I'm a little nervous. Like, I think there's a lot of things internally that are shedding to make space for new things, but I'm exhausted. Like, full transparency, the bank account, low. The opportunities, they're there. It's just, this is like this really weird limbo state that I know I'm not gonna be in forever, especially if I'm trying to move out of where I'm located right now. I'm wanting more opportunities that align with me as a creative. And I think it's so hard for people sometimes to grasp their head around me as a creative, because I'm not just, right, like a DJ. I was a creative director first. Before that, I was a makeup artist, creative director, stylist, set designer, DJ, actual designer, pole artist. But all these things, I draw, but all these things make up who I am as a creative. And people always ask me like, where do you like pick one thing and run with it? I'm like, that innately just does not work for me. I just want to be in spaces where people see me and it's like, holy shit, like that girl is good, and hopefully one day all these things will align, like me being a DJ. If some of my favorite companies reached out to me, like New Balance and stuff like that, and was like, hey, like we want to feature you. Nike, we want to feature you, like we love the way that you style yourself. Matter of fact, you can have like creative direction for your set, for your shoot. Come in, and just just don't see me as a one-dimensional person, because I'm not. You know what I mean? That's what I want. I want people to be able to see me and say, we want her. We want her. We want her. We want everything that comes with her. We don't want to limit her or force her to pick something. We want her. We want all that she encompasses. And I really hope that's what 2026 is for me. But in doing so, I do have to choose myself. And in this winter, seasonal depression is a real thing. But I am going to try my best to choose myself. So I just got done with the meeting, and I'm about to go inside and check on my dogs and eat some food, because I only had eggs and toast this morning. But that's what I'm about to do. I may take a nap too, because I really should take a nap. But that's what I'm doing. And yeah. Good morning. I did not really work on anything last night. I had a therapy session, which really unlocked a lot of things for me. Recently, I've been feeling like I have not been doing too much of anything in terms of like the goal that I set for myself, because your girl is a Capricorn and I have these really big goals and I knock things off the list. But if I feel like I haven't knocked off a really big goal, I feel like I haven't done anything. Mind you, I've had some accomplishments and success all of 2025, but to me, since I have not written them down and have not physically checked anything off, feels like I've done nothing. So today we're gonna spend time redoing those goals and refacilitating them and actually figuring out what the hell I need to be doing. And my therapist had a very smart thing and told me that I need to start making SMART goals. So something quantifiable, time measurable, and realistic. So achievable. I forgot what S stands for, but that's what I'll be doing, as well as cleaning up my damn apartment because I made dinner last night and I fell asleep. So today we're gonna get to the nitty gritty of things, and we're gonna walk through basically facilitating these SMART goals to have as a creative, and kind of setting things in order for 2026. I already have shows and dates for 2026 as a DJ, so I'm really excited for that. But let's just get to it. So as mentioned, we had a shoot, but it got canceled. My friend didn't end up coming, so I spent pretty much the day cleaning and getting my space together before I could do things creatively, because I really didn't want to work on those SMART goals and basically have a clean space to think. I just think really well as a creative when my space is clean, but the funny thing about being a creative and also being a girl that's a creative, 9 times out of 10, you probably got ADD, so therefore you got shit everywhere. So I had to clean up because I couldn't think for nothing. Okay, so we are about to do some creative work finally for today. I've kind of been cleaning as much as I can. It's still a little all over the place, really only because I haven't really been microwaving food. I've been putting it back in the oven, so like I've always had to do dishes low-key. But I'm about to go to my workspace. I want to show you guys my cute little chill around the house fit. If I feel creative, I end up being creative. Blue eyes, white tee and a jacket. So we're gonna get to the biz naive. We got stuff that we have to do today. So one of my favorite things to do is to make tea. So I usually just go into my herb drawer, and whatever I'm feeling in that moment is what I put in my tea. Of course, I boil the water. I've really been into, I think that's black maca root. I've been putting that in there as well. And I have like this cute little canister, as you can see, that I can put stuff in. I like it better than using a tea bag. And then I went ahead and added some lavender and orange in there as well, and topped it off with, I think, some lemon and some honey. If it's not lemon, it's agave, because that's all I had is a sweetener. But this is like something that I also do just when we're like in the colder months, because seasonal depression as a creative is a very much real thing. And so I just need something to kind of just make my body warm and help me
SMART goals
focus
on
a little bit
those
more.
that I need to knock out first. And then once I get that information consolidated, then I will be able to kind of just walk you guys through me doing the SMART goals. Okay, so I got done doing the work that I feel like I needed to do so I can have a little bit fun. And honestly, yes, it's very Capricorn to me, but in Virgo moon-like, right? But I feel like kind of creating goals is very fun for me. I feel like it gives me something to work towards while I'm still living on this planet and not feeling like I'm living very idly. So I do want to state that at the end of every year or so, I usually am ahead of it before January 1st and everything like that, even sometimes December. I've kind of laxed a little bit this year. But I found this girl on TikTok probably about 2 years ago. I think I started in 2023 or 2024. And I create this thing called a life script. So a life script is basically, it breaks things down into different types of goals. So I have like my cover page that I decorate to my liking, and I have a lot of fun with it. I may end up doing a whole lot more this year. because I find it very fun to make like pitch decks and everything like that. So I kind of have it set up to like my personal life, my art career, my apartment, like how I want to consistently decorate it, my friends, my love life, all these things. And actually on my 2025 script, I was able to cross things off, and it gives you something to kind of just look at as you go throughout the year, instead of this sheet of paper that you probably lost that has all your goals on it. Personally, they don't work for me. I'm a very visual person, so I need colors, I need Pinterest pictures, I need all these things that pretty much work for me. So that's what I do. Now, within that, right, when I was on the call with my therapist, which, you know, I realized that the reason why I like making these like life scripts is because on each like script or whatever, each category that I have, they're all SMART goals. It's like visit X amount of museums this year, make X amount of money as a DJ, and I have all the characteristics at the time of like what I wanted in a boyfriend in 2025, and I ended the year in 2025 with the boyfriend. That pretty much checks off every single thing on there, so love that for me. So that is what I am going to do, and I'm going to walk you guys down through how I do that. I may or may not end up screen recording things, but if I don't do all of it, I will include the template so you guys can see, just because I'm not sure I want this video to be super long. But if that's something that you guys want me to do in depth after you see this video, let me know. I'll be more than happy to go into doing a live script video for you guys. So I'm gonna do that, and then after I look at that, I'm gonna have a reflection of the 2025 year for me, and then write down the goals that I have coming up, and basically cultivating a goal list that I feel like I'm doing enough as a creative, as I'm working a 9-to-5 job, so I can see the growth that I've done. Because like I said, as a Capricorn with the fire rising, all these type of things, Virgo moon, I aim really high. And if I don't get the really high goal, I tend to neglect every single thing else underneath that, which is very interesting, because I remember I was talking to my friends and I was telling them the big goals are just as important as the small goals. Well, vice versa. But I feel like the small goals, honestly, are even more important than the big goals, because if the big goal is up here, every single little goal that you've done has gotten you to that big goal, like almost in a ladder sense. Like, every single small goal is a ladder, and it gets you to that really big goal, so you can't neglect all the small goals you've done just because you're really trying to get to that really big goal. So, enough talking. Let's get into what I'm about to show you guys. So I really just took the time to focus on what I had to do in this moment, and I like to decompress. And I'll be honest, usually before starting on anything, I journal so I can kind of clear my head on what I need to focus on. I learned that a lot from The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron in terms of like morning pages. Okay, so but it didn't really take me long. But probably an hour in, as you can see, the lighting in my apartment has changed because time changed. The sun is starting to go down. Showing y'all we're about an hour in. I realized that while doing this and doing the SMART goals and having things that are quantifiable, I realized, because I'm such a multifaceted person with amongst being a DJ, being a creative director, being a stylist, being a designer, having a podcast I haven't touched in months, which is part of the reason why, because of these SMART goals, is that I can't do one umbrella of career goal. Because my career as an artist, as a creative, is far more than one thing. And this gives me so much to look forward to throughout the year. So, with that being decided, I have decided to break them up into individual career goals. My career as a DJ, my career as a pole artist, and so forth. And so this is taking me a little bit more time, but I'm able to actually sit with these goals, think about what I want my career to look like, and I feel really good. I think what I'm doing and what I have done is realistic. And even if things don't really get checked off this year, I can always roll them over into next year because I'm still a new DJ. I'm still new at a lot of these things, but I feel really good to have quantifiable goals that have numbers on them. Almost every goal is starting with a number, and that means a lot to me. So I feel good, and we're gonna check back in. I'm also gonna do this until I get tired. I do have to go get my dog some dog food, but I feel good. I feel good. So it's now 5:52. I finally have finished my SMART goals for every single sector of my life. And I also will say I didn't really stress about certain things that I'm already currently doing if they didn't fall into a category, because as we know, there will be things throughout the year in which God speaks to you and you have to get those projects out. So I honestly am really enjoying all this planning that I've been doing. I really kind of don't like stuff like this sometimes because I feel like it's a chore, but I feel like as a creative, one thing that gets me to do this is if it's like really fun, and this was fun to me to be able to play and create and add things, think about different things that I probably didn't even think that I really wanted in my life in 2026. So I'm about to go run an errand, then I'm gonna come back and honestly continue. And I really don't know if you guys want to sit through that some more, but this is typically what things look like for me. And I know it's like kind of a very boring vlog, but this is the part of creatives that I feel like people don't really see, is the constant work and being behind the computer when we're not using our hands creating what we're visualizing out. And so a lot of this is important to do those things. So I feel so good. I feel so grateful for everything, and to be able to have the sight to visualize where I want to go in my life. And I think that's really important, because I feel like when you sit down in this, like, you challenge yourself to see what's too big for you that you think it is, and then you continue to push that narrative. I've done this every year, I think since 2024. And so yeah, 2024, and just to see things kind of elevate each year. The first time, you know, things won't be perfect. You may not hit everything on that list, but I can say from 2024 to 2025, I checked off more things than I did in 2024. So I'm knowing that in 2026, I have no choice but to check off more things that I did in 2025. I'm checking them off in 2026, new and old. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for tonight. I'm going to go ahead and knock this out and just kind of get myself re-immersed in things and kind of focus and ground. I probably will spend the rest of the night journaling, meditating, all those things, praying, giving thanks, giving gratitude. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this channel. I hope that it's not super, super boring to be able to watch the process of creatives, but I hope you guys have a great time. And next week, I will be DJing, so you guys can come along again, actually see some action of me as a DJ. Is that next week? We'll figure it out.